as when I was reading the script, I remember I used to find so many things so irritating about this character, and I'd be like, oh God, I just want to slap her. Why is she saying this? Why is she doing this?
So hey guys, this is Mahima, and today we have with us a very special guest, Shamita Shetty, who's all set to rock on screen in Z5's newest web series, Black Widows.
Hi.
Hi Shamita,
How are
welcome.
you?
First off, I have to start by saying Mohabbatein is my absolute, it is my favorite film, and just by seeing you, I mean, the only thing I can think of right now is Aankhein Khuliyo Yaho Band.
How sweet. Thank you so much.
So tell us something about your character Kavita from Black Widows.
Kavita is somebody who's extremely, how do I start off with, reckless, immature, someone who is constantly putting her foot into her mouth, saying something wrong, doing something wrong. In the process, she just ends up being funny, unintentionally, and she ends up adding that humor, to every moment she's a part of. And she's someone who is like a ticking time bomb. You don't know what she's going to do that's going to probably have an effect on, the rest of, the other two friends. At the same time, she's just a very simple, sweet girl deep down. She's just somebody who's looking to be accepted, looking for that love, because she's craved that all her life, clearly. And wherever she finds it, she just sort of, holds on to it. So it's a very interesting, a very different character from anything that I've portrayed in the past, because I think in the past I've portrayed characters that were fairly strong. Here she's just someone who can never make a decision for herself, very impulsive. So in that sense, I think it was very difficult for me to relate to this character initially, because she's far from my own personality. And that for me, I think, was a challenge. For an actor to do something that you can't relate to kind of becomes a little difficult, because as when I was reading the script, I remember I used to find so many things so irritating about this character. And I'd be like, oh God, I just want to slap her. Why is she saying this? Why is she doing this? So to be able to translate that on screen is quite a challenge. So towards the end of it, I think I enjoyed portraying Kavita.
So even with the trailer, we saw your character and we absolutely loved it. I mean, it was like there was so much comedy in that, one tragedy also, like the way you say, "हाँ बहुत छोटी लगती हूँ, बहुत young हूँ ना." It was so cute, and but I read somewhere that you didn't initially like the character, and like you just said, you couldn't relate to it. So what changed? I mean, what made you say yes to it?
For starters, I love the script. And, as I continued to read the script, initially I didn't like her. Towards the end of it, I started feeling really bad for her, And in that sense, the director really helped me, because he helped me, we sat down, we worked on her background, why she was the way she was, what made her so insecure. So we worked on that little backstory, which really helped me relate to her in some way. And then, make people also sort of relate to her in some way. And then I think by the end of it, everybody on set started loving Kavita, and every time somebody said something stupid or did something stupid, they'd be, oh, that's such a Kavita thing to do, So she adds that, she's actually that humor element. She adds that humor in this story, in really serious situations sometimes.
That's actually very different from anything you've done before.
Yeah, it is.
So what other genre would you like to explore after this? Because you've tried so many things, you've become so many characters on screen. Now you're doing something completely different. What do you want to do next?
I don't know. Yeah, I've not really sat and thought about it so much. For me, when something comes to me, if I like it, I instinctively just, you know, I know immediately. If I'm going to take time, to like, if I don't like the script, then I don't even venture into that territory. So anything that gives me a chance to sort of explore something new, do a little research on the character, something that's a little difficult for me, you know what I mean, pushes me out of my comfort zone. That is what attracts me to a character. I've never really played a D-glam character. I'd like to do something D-glam. I'm so fed up of, wearing, people always want to see me glamorous, wearing makeup. Um, Maybe I'd like to do something a little more real. Yeah, there's so much, I think, within that I've not explored as an actor. So I'd like to surprise myself too.
I hope filmmakers are listening to all of this. So the show has been adapted quite a few times before, and this is the 8th adaptation, right? So was there
Yes.
a moment when you were a little apprehensive to sign it, like ye bahut baar ho chuka hai, what new are we offering, or something like
No,
that?
absolutely not. In fact, the fact that people have remade it so many times meant that there's something here, it's good, because of which it's being adapted again and again. So that was actually a plus, not a minus.
So it's also a little Indianized that way.
I'm sure catering to the Indian sensibilities, they must have tweaked it a little. I'm not sure. I've not really seen all of the original, so I can't really comment on that.
Were you like a little worried about shooting during the pandemic, or was it exciting, or were you scared? How was it? How was your experience?
I was terrified. And I think my family was really terrified because I was the first one to get out of home, And, well, I mean, the channel sort of made sure that, everything was taken care of. All the COVID protocols were followed. And that really helped us. Initially, I was really paranoid because when you're working, when you're wearing makeup, you can't really wear a mask, it takes off your makeup a little. So it was difficult, especially for the women, I think. But everybody around, was wearing their masks, and they were sanitizing continuously, and, even the spaces were sanitized. So everything was taken care of. And then after some time, I think I just forgot that there was COVID out there because we were staying in, I think a large chunk was shot in this gated community. A lot of people were not allowed to come in. So we just would not venture out too much. I think only towards the end, when it was really necessary, did I visit the city maybe once or twice. But otherwise, I was just stuck to where we were shooting.
That's great. So, okay, Shamita, the fans have loved you in the trailer and they're very excited to see you on the show. How did your family, your friends, your sister Shilpa Shetty react to your character, Kavita?
So I actually, the first thing I said to them was, when you're watching this, please, you're not watching Shamita, you're watching Kavita. So I know you're going to get irritated with her and all of that. I was literally like giving them a little, you know what I mean? Like preparing them. Shilpa would be like, Kavita, we know, So, but having said that, they saw the trailer and they loved it. And they're looking forward to watching it. And I'm looking forward to watching it. I've not seen the whole thing. I've only seen portions that I've dubbed. So, yeah, all of them are really, really happy.
I'm also very excited for the show. Honestly, I'm finding Kavita too cute and I'm really excited to watch it. So if, before I take your leave, if there was any other character that you were given a choice to play, who would you choose in this show?
I'm thinking. I think I would still choose Kavita. Now that I've played Kavita, I wouldn't want to play any other character. I love my character.
It's
great.
It's
so different.
We're very excited to see you in this very different avatar.
Thank you.
So thank you, Shamita. Thank you for this wonderful chat. I had a great time talking to you, and I'm super excited for your show. And all the very,
Thank you.
very best.
Thank you so much. Bye
Thank
bye.
you. Bye bye.